and welcome to my channel. I'm Tammy and you're watching Crafting with Tammy. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy what you see today. And if you're returning, welcome back. Today is Mardi Gras, or should I say Mardi Gras celebration begins. So with that in mind, we're going to veer from our Black History Month crafts, and we're going to do something in celebration of Mardi Gras this week. So I have this polyester t-shirt that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. This will actually be the first polyester t-shirt that I have actually subbed on. When I've done sublimation, I usually do tumblers, keychains, other things, mouse pads, things of that nature. So this will be our first time, my first time, and you get to experience that with me, that we actually sublimate on a polyester t-shirt. So without further notice, come on, let's get started. Okay guys, so today we're going to be designing our t-shirt in Canva, and I have two designs that I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to use, so I'm going to play with both of them. But first we're going to go over here to create a design, and we're going to customize this size, and I'm just going to use the biggest, my sublimation printer. Like I said, it was an Epson Eco Tank that I converted to a sublimation printer by just not putting their ink in and buying sublimation ink and putting that in. But I'm going to play around with this, and I'm going to do 11 by 8.5 because that's the biggest. Oh, I forgot to change it to inches. See this craziness up here? So let's go back over here and change it to inches. And wipe this out here and put in 11. And then over here, I'm just going to put in 8.5. Okay, and so what I was saying, 8.5 by 11 is the size, the biggest size that this printer, this Eco Tank that I have, will print. I do have another printer, a Epson Workforce 70, what is it? I think it's a 7310, and I am in the process of converting that one to a sublimation printer, and it'll allow me to expand my range of sublimating to much bigger, because when you're doing a large t-shirt or an extra large, really kind of extra large and on up, you really want to have something be able to print in a range bigger than 8.5 by 11. But I'm limited to that today, so this is the 8.5 by 11. I have it landscape view. I'm going to hit uploads because I've downloaded and uploaded some files from my external hard drive that I have a bunch of SVG and PNG and so on and so forth files from. Okay, so I saved it on my desktop, and it's this one. It's Mardi Gras, y'all. So actually both of those could really be the other way around. So I'm going to go ahead and hit resize this, and I'm going to change it from the 11 to the 8.5 for the width, and the height as 11. So we'll get a portrait size area to work in as opposed to the landscape. So, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. Now remember, the biggest that it prints is 8.5 by 11. So this whole space is 8.5 by 11. So the design can go as big as this whole page if need be. Because all I have to do is make sure that the image itself is actually on the 8.5 by 11. So that might work, because the shirt that I'm going to be subbing it on is an extra large. So hopefully this may work here, you guys, being that it's on there. But just in case, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, there was two designs that I wanted to do. So I'm going to hit add a page, And then I'm going to type in this, I'm going to upload this other one. Put that one in there. Come on. There we go. And this one just says beads and blings. It's a Mardi Gras thing. This one's a little bit more busier, so I don't think it will get as big. I'm going to run out of room before it actually gets there, and I don't want it to run off of the paper on it. So I'm going to print both of them, and I'm just going to title this up here, Mardi Gras shirts. And I'm going to hit the file, save. And then we're going to do file, download. I'm saving both of the pages, save my settings, and then just hit download here. So it says it's completed. There's my zip file. So we will downsize out of this. And then I want to try something different today. As opposed to just printing it from Word, I want to go in here to my downloads. And I want to open up these PNG files that we saved. And I want to see if it's going to allow me to print from this screen. I have to do some maneuvering because, you know, when we do print, we have to sublimate. We do have to mirror it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm deep in thought here. I apologize. We do have to be able to mirror the image on here. So I'm wondering, instead of having to sit it in here, I'm going to go to more settings and see if it'll allow us. Premium matte paper is okay, but I do need the image mirrored. So I need to see where I would be able to do that, if I could do it just from the regular print screen. And I don't see anywhere on here where it's going to allow me to mirror the image, not even under more print settings. So I am going to have to put this in Word to print it out. So that is not going to work, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and just drag these two, number 2 and number 1, over here to the desktop. And then I am going to go ahead and open up Word. And I'm going to do a blank document. The layout is still going to be the portrait is what I want this time. And I'm still going to go in layout because of my margins. I'm going to have to customize those to 0 margins on here. So I'm going to put that all the way down to 0. So it'll print as big as possible. And we'll hit OK. And it's just telling me that these are outside of the print margins for a printable area, and I'm just ignoring that because I wanted no margins. So now I'm going to hit the insert, the picture, this device. And they are on my desktop, and they were labeled 1 and 2, so we're going to do 1. And did it fit? Yes. It fit, and it's very huge, which is what I wanted. So we're going to do file. You know what? We're going to put both of them on this on here, so I don't have to go back and do it again. So I'm just going to hit enter, and then I'm going to go back up here to the top and then hit insert, picture, this device. And then I'm going to hit the second one. It's pretty big, but not as big as I would like it. So now we're going to go ahead into our file print settings. Okay, and so there are going to be two pages that are going to print. I'm going to go into my properties, because remember it's sublimation and we have to go under more options and we have to hit to mirror the image. Okay, and then under advanced settings, I'm going to go up here to my color controls and I'm going to check Adobe, and then I'm going to adjust my brightness and my contrast, my saturation, and my density. Okay, and then we'll hit OK. And then I'm just going to go ahead and print. So once I print these out, guys, we'll go ahead and get our t-shirt over to the heat press, and we'll get our t-shirt pre-pressed, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, so we're back at the heat press machine, and I have that heated up at 395, and we're going to press it for 40 seconds. But right now we're going to go ahead and do a pre-press on this, just to get the moisture and some of the wrinkles out. Just for a few seconds. There we have it. And I definitely want to make sure that I use my ruler. I have printed out both of those images, so I've invested in a new one of these, you guys. This is acrylic here, so it'll withstand the heat. My other little plastic ones were melting away. And so this is the image that I decided to go with. It's Mardi Gras, y'all, just because it was much bigger for this to be an extra large shirt. And so we want to put that on there. But before I put that on there, I always forget. Let's go ahead. Well, before we lint roll, because it's a sublimation and sometimes those colors will bleed on you, I'm going to go ahead and put this piece of parchment paper in between the front and the back of the t-shirt, just in case it decides to bleed through. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And then while that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and take this lint roller and get any little debris or lint that may be on the shirt that we don't want to mess up our image. Okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that paper is where it needs to be on here. And now we're going to go ahead and measure. And I want it right there to the center. Now remove this. And then I'm going to run right over here right quick. And I'm going to get 2 pieces of heat transfer tape. Just to keep that image, when we go to pull it up, we want that image to still be where it is. So I'm going to put 2 pieces of heat transfer tape there. I'm trying to make sure that my paper, my parchment paper is covering where the ink is so it doesn't bleed through. Then we're going to take the Teflon sheet, place that on there, and we're going to press down and let it sit for about 40 seconds. And then we'll come back with the review. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, so we have removed it from the heat press. That allowed it to cool a little bit. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is remove the tape so that we can reveal the image. And wow, just vibrant colors. I think that turned out very well. Let me know what you think. Put your thoughts in the comments for me. Okay? And in the midst of creating this t-shirt for Mardi Gras, over the weekend, I went on ahead and I sublimated 2 shot glasses, and I used that other image. You can see that. Beads and bling. Beads and bling. It's a Mardi Gras thing. Those were the 2 shot glasses that I went on ahead and I sublimated. Actually, it was yesterday over the weekend. So there we have it, guys. My first sublimation t-shirt for Mardi Gras. It's a Mardi Gras thing. I think it turned out very well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you've liked what you've seen today, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. New content is uploaded on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But until we meet again, guys, be blessed.